Oh no. The Nintendo DSi, my least favorite portable. Can you believe that a system that originally looked like this sold 150 million units? Neither can I. At the time of the DS's release, was preparing the launch of their first handheld, the PlayStation Portable. Everyone thought would win. Guess who was wrong? Nintendo wanted to prove that the DS was capable of running more demanding titles. What did they do? They stuffed Super Mario 64 into a square inch and threw in a demo for Metroid Prime Hunters. The DS looks like a car. The stylus placement is the definition of terrible. It had an operating system that worked. It was backwards compatible with Game Boy Advance games, but that's the only positive I see here. The DS Lite fixed the weird design and gave it a sleeker, more modern design. The stylus placement, my god, is perfect. But screw that, cause now there's another redesign of the system. The Nintendo DSi, released on April 5th, 2009 here in North America. I have the XL variant, and they weren't joking when they say XL. The bottom screen looks like it's been absolutely abused. Yeah, someone lost their stylus and used car keys instead. Game Boy Advance support was gutted from this redesign, but who cares because we got quite a few new things we can mess around with. The way the applications are presented here makes it feel just like the Wii. It even had an online shop. Just like the Wii. Exclusive games are called DSiWare here. I see what they were doing. There's a lot of garbage games that were thrown onto DSiWare. If that doesn't convince you that this is just a Wii, I don't know what does. The DSi shop closed back in 2017, but most DSiWare lives on in the Nintendo 3DS shop, but even that's gonna end in March of 2023. Pair stellar software with less than stellar cameras and you get hours of fun. All the edits you can make with pictures you take with these cameras are really neat. You can also mess with audio recordings you make in the DSi Sound app. So there's this thing called PictoChat. It allows you to send messages to friends in the same room. You can even draw crotches. This was my favorite way to cheat on tests. DS Download Play is here. You can play games locally with friends with this. I never used this. The DSi is backwards compatible with the entire DS library. Good for it. Exclusives! Wow, I can count them on only one hand. Only 3 DSi exclusive titles were released here in North America. System Flaw, Photo Showdown, and Picture Perfect Hair Salon. These games' exclusivity are really unnecessary. They don't need to be DSi exclusives. They barely take advantage of any features on the system. They could easily run on the DS. Well, let's take a look at these things and see if they're worth it. Picture Perfect Hair Salon's DSi exclusive feature is in the avatar customization menu. Take your picture, it appears on your character. That's it. This is completely unnecessary. You barely see your character in the game. Photo Showdown makes me question why they kept this exclusive to the DSi. It's just a Pokemon game, but you take pictures to capture monsters. So Pokemon Go? They could have easily gone without the camera. I could have easily gone not letting a game I don't own annoy me, but here we are. System Flaw at least takes some advantage of the camera. This is just Face Raiders. This could easily work as a DSiWare game. Impressive at the time, but there was no reason to pick it up now. Just play Face Raiders. I know where I'm putting this. Hidden photo. You take a photo, it scrambles it into a puzzle. That's it. So Face Training originally released on the DS and came with a camera that you would plug into the Game Boy Advance slot. But now on the DSi, you don't need a dumb camera accessory. Or you can easily not buy a game to train a face you already know how to use. So that's all of the retail DSi exclusives. Impressed? Fun games, but I'm not dying to play them. These could have easily been DSiWare. There was no reason to release these for retail. So, the Nintendo DSi? The system just doesn't make sense to me. Don't get me wrong, it's a huge improvement over the DS and DS Lite. For Christ's sake, it has a more functional operating system than those two. But I feel like what's really pushing me away from this is the fact that there's only 5 exclusive titles for the system. 3 in North America. I would much rather pick up the DS Lite. It's sleeker and more modern than the DS, but has Game Boy Advance support, unlike the DSi. An upside to the DSi is that it's surprisingly easy to mod if you're into that sort of thing. This will probably be the only ways to play DSiWare on your system after the 3DS eShop closes. I'm not joking when I say the only thing I have learned from the past 4.5 minutes is that piracy is the only thing that this is good for.